Hello, 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 and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's local SEO tips video, I'd like to share with you 2 ways that you can start conquering AI rankings inside of Google and reclaim back some of your traffic, some of your leads, some of your calls. I don't want to waste any time. I'm Chris Palmer, chrispalmer.org, the SEOmastermind.org, or Gray Hat SEO. Check me out. Enough of that. Let's not waste any more time here. Let's diagnose or take a look at the issue or the perceived issue. All right, here, let's jump right into this. So what we're going to look at, or what I want to share with you first and foremost, is one of these common concerns. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look this up. I'm going to look up, we buy houses, right? So this one, so this one here, I'll show you over here. I shut it off on this one. Come on over here. We could put in, we buy homes, or how about buying homes, or maybe even, car accident lawyer, right? And you could see some of the issues maybe already, or maybe you don't perceive this as an issue, but I will get down to it in one moment. You see this AI mode right here? And on top of that, when you come over here, look at this, even in buying homes, these are 2 spaces that I spend a lot of time in. We have a lot of clients in these 2 particular areas of business, professional service areas, all right? Regardless of the niche, AI mode, or also there's another concern, or maybe you don't see it as a concern, like what is a car lawyer do? Okay, let's see if we can get it. I think I shut most of it off. See these overviews? Overviews, AI mode, more and more different features are coming out daily. Google's making changes, pulling them back. Same with other search engines. Now let's jump into a tool so I could show you a way that you can start to conquer back some of these rankings. We'll outline the issues, we'll outline how you can combat, and hopefully you can walk away with easy to implement tips that you'll actually do so you can start getting calls again. So here, we'll come back into here, or come into here, and this is a tool. It's irrelevant, the tool. This is a way that I could showcase the issue or key terms or some of the AI overviews or some of the AI features and show you how much Google is taking. Let me share this with you. So if we come back over to Google itself, all right, and let's just put in, how about like we buy houses, California, large state, not a market I'm generally in right now, so I don't mind going over here. And let's take a look at some of the players. Open Door, We Buy, Osborne. Houseo is huge. All right, I don't know who it is. I guess a competitor. But this is a huge site. Let's just take their site right off the bat. And let me just show you something here. So we come over to SEMrush. Again, I don't have any skin in the game. This is a tool. There's only a few tools on the market that are awesome. SEMrush, Ahrefs, Moz, Majestic. I can't think of any others that would be even worth utilizing at this point, as of yet. If there's any new ones out there, you could let me know in the comments below. But with that being said, over in the left-hand side, you will see under the SEO feature in SEMrush, at least, if you're using a different tool, use a different tool. What I'll share with you is on the left-hand side, under SEO, there is a section called organic research. Organic research is the organic traffic that you're getting, not paid. All right. It also shows some of the maps, and it'll show you some paid features. But more importantly, we're looking at organic. All right. So when we put this website in, and I'm not going to look at this page, I'm going to look at the website as a whole. All right. So we scroll down just a little bit, and I'm pressed for time here, but I want to share this with you because we've been deploying this strategy. 2 separate ways of deploying this strategy with current clients. We're starting to reclaim some of our traffic back. Now, Google keeps making changes, but as long as you know about the issue and you know where to look, hopefully you can come up with some solutions for yourself once I point this out, right? So we come on down here, and when you take a look at the AI overviews under SERP features in organic research, you can see linking to domain, 2,600, and that's pretty good. I'm looking at the overall site. They have 294,000 visits. Now, when you scroll on down the page, 2,000 are going to the site, 2,000 different phrases or key terms. And then when you look down here, here's AI overviews not linking to site. And as time has progressed, the number of not linking has continuously increased. along with other features, right? Remember, people also ask, remember snippets? There's more and more ways that Google is not taking, but siphoning some of the traffic back, right? So when you take a look at this, 71,000 of those terms don't have any clickback. They're taking our information, potentially your information, but not giving us a link. Let's look at this. I'm a visual thinker. Perhaps you are as well. Let's look at this from another point of view, and then I'll give you the strategy. Stick with me. So when we take a look at this here, I wrote this out, local SEO tips to conquer Google AI rankings or to conquer back AI rankings. Here, we'll come over here. So here's you and here's Google. I just drew a small diagram. But here's the strategy. Now that you know where to look, now that you know what the potential issues are, let's come on over here, and here's the two solutions that we've came up with, all right? It's either create new or add. And here's where the strategy takes place, all right? So it's simple, but the simple things are the things that actually make the difference. And I'm sure you know this in your own business. It's the simplicity that you do over a consistent period of time that leads to your overall success and becoming an authority, right? So it's simple, but highly effective. So let's take a look down here. We're going to just utilize this search phrase or this website. And let's just say that this is a competitor. We're going to come on down the page here, and we're not looking at not linking, but for your own business, you want to see the competition that's above you, maybe more than one of the competitors above you. We're taking the top 5 competitors in our space in multiple service ranges and in multiple areas. We're taking a look at the key terms that they're actually getting links for. And there's really only 2 options. You can either add new pages, right? Which takes a lot of time. It could take links. You have to create pages. You have to get them indexed. A lot of times there's just a lot of time involved. Or what we have found to also be highly effective and better in most cases, not always, it depends on your niche, is adding actual phrases or key terms to the page once we identify the key phrases or the key words that are being rewarded. So let's just take a look down the list here. So we can see here that not all intents are the same. I'm sure you know this for your own business. But what we're looking for is more of a transactional or a commercial-based key term that's getting a click from AI. If we're starting to suffer or we're starting to lose traffic, well, who is getting that traffic and which terms are producing it? So we identify what AI overviews or what key terms are getting the AI overviews that are commercial intent, and then we can target these particular phrases or keywords in existing pages or create new articles. Now, here's what I'll share with you really quick. When we scroll down the page here, you can see that often for these high commercial intent terms, it will be on an informational piece, right? Like, look at this. Companies that buy houses for cash in, I believe that this is Texas. In California, right? This one right here is companies that buy houses for cash in. But what I really want to point out is the phrases and the keywords. These could be transactional or commercial-based intent terms that we don't want to necessarily always create new content for, but we can add these keywords or phrases to pages that already exist in order to compete for AI terms or AI overviews or for snippets, whatever the new thing that Google comes out with. But I wanted to point this out to you. You identify who's above you. You identify the organic, right? You go to organic, and we can go through another one. Let's just go over to law firm. Remember, there's 2 things you can do here. It's either create a new article, right? Or create a new high commercial intent service page, which is usually out of the question unless you're a new site. Or we can add phrases and keywords to existing pages once we identify the terms. Let's go through the process one last time before we end today. But I wanted to share this tip with you because it's been helpful for other real estate projects that I'm working on. I have one other law firm that's like, hey, let's try. We're seeing success. So that's why I'm pointing these 2 out to you. Let's just come into here and let's just do car accident lawyer. Or better yet, we'll just go to one of the largest in the United States. We'll just put them in here. So we come inside of here. We go to organic research. This is SEMrush again. And we'll just do for the people. All right. Very large firm. PEOPLE. This is a personal injury law firm. All right. One of the largest, in fact. So when you come down the list, that's the name of their website, not their firm. But as we scroll down, even they have been effective massively. So when we take a look at the SERP features, and there's a lot of features, but we're identifying right now the overviews because that's the one that's been changing position, what types of terms come in. It's even shifted the SERPs. And what I mean by shifting SERPs, once we go through this, I'll share that with you in a second. But take a look at this. Linking domain, not linking. Not linking, 81,000. That's a lot of terms, a lot of phrases. Linking, 3,000. So once we put our competitor in, we come down to organic, we go to the overview, we identify the ones that have links, and we're looking for phrases and terms that can be added to our existing website. So when we come down, if it's not going to be branded, we'll go to commercial, maybe transactional. We'll search for commercial primarily. And the best part about this is you'll get ideas from each of the players, right? Like, so if I am in a particular SERP, let's say car accident lawyer, there's 3 people ahead of me, or I have 5 main competitors, pull them all up, and we're looking for phrases like there could be all different. Remember, we're looking at the main root website here. We're looking for any ideas, and we're just looking for phrases and terms. So when we do our page refreshes, instead of doing them based on impressions inside a Search Console, we do them based upon what our competition is being rewarded for. And we're finding success. That's why I'm sharing it with you. So we're scroll down this list here, and we can see they're adding high commercial terms to informational pages. You with me? This is the strategy. So when you're crafting your page, if it's going to be new or if you have an existing page, I want to point this out. All right. We'll come over here. So whether it's a new page or an existing page, if you have an informational piece like what, do car lawyers do, I'm sure you have this as supporting. So that's your title. That's your URL. That's probably your H1, right? So it's already been identified as an informational query, but then I'm adding high commercial intent terms and phrases to my info pages. And what's great about this is a page that could lead into my commercial pages. So I shouldn't create too much cannibalization, or any cannibalization for that matter, because the AI overviews aren't going to compete with my location service pages. You with me? So when you're creating this, if you're like this, if I have, website.com/car lawyer, okay, and then what does a car lawyer do, right? But then on top of that, I also have my website.com/car law or car lawyer Houston page. When I have this informational piece that's supporting car lawyer, this isn't going to interfere with my location service page. It can only add traffic and potential more leads, more phone calls, what we're actually after. And then what are we doing? We're basing this on what is already being a success with our leading competition. By, instead of looking inside a Search Console, adding those high impression, low rankings, or page 2 impression, like we're getting a bunch of impressions because we're on page 2, and usually you'll add those terms or phrases to your pages. This is keyword gap analysis, right? Like this is a page refresh. This is another way to refresh in your pages. And you can get rewarded massively in some cases. And just base it on your competition. Take it from them. Look down your list here, right? Now, some of these will be branded, but we're looking for commercial or transactional terms to add to existing info pages, and in some cases, high commercial pages. Now, let me just tell you about these blended SERPs where we see a lot of other, I talked about this maybe 3 months ago. We see a lot of success here as well. You're creating a best of or best law companies or best place to sell your home plus location. This is traditionally like best law firms or best places to sell your home, or it's traditionally a informational, right? It's most notably, it's going to be an informational query. But now Google is putting these best of pages, and I talked about this months ago. It was one of the first things I saw. I call this a blended SERP. It's a way that I could have my car accident lawyer Houston page, and then I could come out with a page called Best Car Accident Lawyers Houston, and I have 2 pages in the SERP. We talked about this before, but these pages are the ones that usually get the most overviews as well. So I just want you to be on the lookout for blended pages. Be on the lookout for terms that you can add to your info pages to bring more clicks, more traffic. This is the strategy for AI rankings 2025, how to conquer back some of your traffic, your clicks, your leads when you're doing your page refreshes. It's very simple, but highly effective. I hope this helps you out. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.